Hey Raiders, welcome back to another live arena battle video. This video will feature 33 fights and 23 wins, so buckle up. I'm running it at 2.9 times speed to try and get through it a little faster, but this is my longest video ever. So apparently this guy from Shock and Awe is nameless. He's going to have the King and Rhodos, and I'm going to have Wukong and Warlord. Let's see how it goes. So we get started, and I will go first with my Warlord. All of them are on cooldown, except UDK. So I have a hard time with Rhodos and UDK when the UDK is really resistant and really tanky, and everyone in the team is typically really tanky. So if I can't strip the UDK, if I can't sheep him, and if I can't get to Elva, then Rhodos is going to kill me. I also can't use the heal from Warlord, because that will open it up for his Narcies to hit me. Now, if I can get the cooldowns again, just like I did, and that time I got UDK on cooldown, then I can actually heal up. So, it's a risk to have 3 buffs, obviously, on Wukong if Narcies can go, but if he's on cooldown, he can't block revive me. However, I'm not getting to this team. This team is proving to be pretty tanky. Elva's not going down, and my first round of AoEs didn't really get them below 50%. I'm kind of controlling this battle, but they're whittling me away. And their triggers Goffred's passive. And not really doing much. There goes Warlord. And there got Wukong block revived. So I'm done. Get started on the next one, and I get Maxim. I'll go Wukong, UDK, and Duchess. That means I'll go the King. So I'll go Warlord and the King. I don't really care if I get Ancora. They'll go Candrafon to hit through Warlord and Rhodos to hit through Warlord. I'm going to go with the Queen and Goffred. And I do expect to see the King banned here. They have 2 damagers who can hit through, so I'm going to ban the Warlord. They do ban the King, so we'll see how it goes. Put him on cooldown and a bunch of resists, so it looked like only Candrafon was put on cooldown. So that's not going to bode well for me if the revivers can't be put on cooldown. My team is built to stand about 2 or 3 rounds of reasonable attacks before we start just falling apart. So if they're able to just tank over and over again, and I can't really control them, then I'm going to lose the battle. So, try and do an AoE, doesn't really do anything. I can't keep the buffs off of them, and this one's going to be a loss. I do follow it through a little bit, but then right there, Candrafon finishes us. I'm kind of going to be a little bit annoying here and see what I can do with Wukong. Maybe I'll get lucky with some strips, but nothing going. No strips, and I believe I leave the battle here. No? I kill his UDK before he finishes me off. So I went 23 and 10, but started off 0 and 2. So I get Hell of Panda, who's level 85 and mid gold 2. I'll go Wukong, he goes UDK and Duchess, just like the last fight. I will go Warlord and Narcies, just like the last fight. He will go Rhodos, just like the last fight, except this time there's Lady Mikage. Who will I finish up with? Ancora and Goffred, just like last time. These 5 I am going with frequently. They're going to go with Harima, so I'm going to ban the Rhodos again and see what Mikage does to me. He's level 85. He's got the champions, but he likely doesn't have the gear that the last guy had. So my chances are a bit better this time. With Ancora and Narcies in there, there's 2 people who can't be stunned. So immediately, my buff strip attack did a reasonable amount of damage to people. Sheep on Mikage doesn't hurt. I'm able to sheep the UDK. They both shipped back, but that may be good. Stun up, and Duchess able to revive the Mikage, but then I'm just taking him out too fast and he's going to leave. So I pull a win out. So I get back in and I end up fighting the P. I'll go Wukong first, and they will go Sifi and Arbiter. I'll go Warlord and Goffred. I didn't want to do anything with the King and Queen yet. So they're going to go Kymar and a +3 Mashald. I'm going to go Duchess and my +4 Stultus. So they're going to go with Foley, which doesn't matter. They do ban the... they banned him. So this one knew what they were doing. I banned the Mashald, so I don't look like I knew what I was doing. If Foley can get the double hit on Stultus, I'm done. But he actually got 2 crit hits on Stultus, but couldn't kill him with 2 crit hits. So Stultus then gets his revenge. They are on cooldown, so they can't bring anybody back, and Stultus should be able to finish this. And they're done. So on to the next one, as I hit 3,900. A little bit of a weight on this one, and I get Aslanbi. I'll go Wukong first. They go Marichka and Harima, so I'm going to go Warlord and the King. If I think I'm going to need the King, I don't go Ancora, I go Warlord and the King if I can, and then later I go Ancora. So they go Elva and Duchess, so lots of revives in there. And I'm going to go with Goffred, so there's my typical starting 5. And they will go with Stultus. I had thought about Stultus and loading up with 3 damagers. I'm going to ban the Marichka. I don't like her revive on death thing. And they ban the Warlord. So we'll get started. They buff up. I try to do a strip, don't get much. Stultus didn't do too much damage. See if I can block revive Stultus, and got really close to block reviving Stultus, but couldn't quite get it. Okay, I'm able to take out the Harima and the Stultus, and then I start working again at him, and if I can just get that Duchess out of there, well, and obviously the Elva, but Duchess brings him back. Duchess is gone. Get the second hit with him. Working on that Stultus, strip kill the Harima and the Stultus, and now just get that Elva out of here. Got a crit hit from Wukong, and it's over. So we'll get back in there. Grinding really hard these couple days to try and get to gold 3. So I get, looks like Viron. I go Wukong first. He goes Duchess and Harima, so I'm going to go the King. Warlord and the King. Then he goes Rhodos and UDK. So that is a team that I do have trouble with my comp. They're going to go with Mithrala for added protection. I'm going to ban the Rhodos. So make Harima kill me. They're going to ban the Narses. So they did make it evident they were going to ban the Narses and not the Warlord. So things got kind of slow on the load screen, and I was thinking, did one of us crash? And here we go. Put them on cooldowns. Obvious Mithrala resist and Duchess too. But got UDK and Harima. Duchess is going to buff up. I'm going to buff up. See if I can work them down. Usually though, if I can't strike quickly and start getting them down fast, then I'm probably not going to ever. Cooldowns again and same resist. Not much going on Duchess with the A1. Actually, sorry, the A1 ends up going to UDK. So it's tough facing UDK. I've given up using him. I was using him for quite a while, for about a month or 2. But I've dropped this defense in favor of the Narses Ancora defense. Or starting 5. Defense is offense in Live Arena, I guess. So I'm able to sheep the UDK. I guess I should have tried that earlier. Maybe I did and just didn't get it. Cooldowns again. I have stuns on the UDK sheep and on the Harima. Alright, now I'm working them down. Of course, Mithrala is just going to keep cycling through her protection stuff. Nothing going on the Duchess. Still though, there is room for optimism here because I am working them down. But this is turning into a pretty long fight. So, no sheep that time, as I get petrified on the Wukong, and then I gotta wait for him to come back around. Things are getting a little dangerous, and then I do finally start getting some of them killed. No stun on the Duchess, she's gonna bring them back. But that's once UDK's down, and the revive was just used. So now they're buffed up again, but Duchess is low, Duchess is gone, so now I can just finish them off unless Harima breaks through. There's triggered Goffred's passive. Just gotta work on that Harima, except that she has the Veil up. Still can't take any of mine out, still has the Veil, but then I take out the Mithrala and I'm able to finish off the Harima. So that was a tough one, took a little while, but got it. So I jump right back in. And when I say I jump right back in, sometimes it's over the course of hours. So I get Mr. Dumb. Mr. Drum. He goes Arbiter first. And then I take Warlord Wukong. He goes Cardial and Shuzen, and I like that combination. I believe I lose this battle, but I would take this, my 5 against their 5 any day, including the 2 that got banned. They do get kind of lucky in this one. So I go my starting 5. They have the Georgia. They have the Leorius. I'll ban the Leorius because I don't like his unkillable. They ban Goffred. So they get sheeped. Ally attack. Put him on cooldown. So I cut in. And this is not the one that I lose. This one was a bit squishy, so I win that one. Then I get LVO USA. There is a very similar team I lose to later on. They go with Sifi first, I go Warlord Wukong. They go King and Queen. And I'm not going Cardial. So I'm going my damage here. I like to go my damager last, and then they go Taurus Marichka. I will finish off with block damage, Helicath. I'm going to ban the Marichka here. She's my ban of choice. They're going to ban the Helicath. They want to be able to do damage to me. Put them on cooldown, and I get them all. Strip, and then I'm able to start killing them. So this, they didn't have amazing gear. They're not that tanky. And Cora's still in Stone Skin, but she does not have her revive up. So if I can just work on her, and I take her out. So that looked like a scary team, but I was able to deal with it. 39-20. I'll get Doc Holiday. Lots of people up towards the end of Gold 2. I'm going to go Wukong. They're going to go Sifi Harima. I'll go UDK. And the King. The King because I'm wondering if Taurus is coming. They'll go Duchess and Mikage. And then I'll go the Queen and Goffred. I can hardly remember Goffred's name. I use him every fight, and I hardly remember his name. They'll finish with Rhodos. So they're definitely banning the King. They do ban the King, I ban the Rhodos. See how I do against Mikage here. Mikage is pretty much just RNG. If she's able to strip Stone Skin, if she's able to get the stun, if she's able to not weak hit Wukong, and she goes for the stun, but I put him on cooldown. No resists in there. I'll buff up a little bit, but it's always tough against mythicals. And then with the Mikage and the Sifi both sleeping, whoever they want, that makes this fight unwinnable. So I think I fought one a couple days ago where it was ally attacking Mikage with Marichka, and they were able to do all these sleeps. I won that one. But this one, Sifi and Mikage, is actually really brutal. I'm going to bring back Warlord, but he's going to get slept. I really don't stand a chance because their control is just way too much. Harima pretty much finishes me off, and then I'll leave the battle. So yeah, Mikage and Sifi was tough. I think the right band there would have been Sifi. So I get SoCal Stallion. I'll go with Wukong. And the Stallion will go with Warlord +3 and Sifi +1. I'll go the King and Queen. So this is still day one, because I think now that I have Armanz built, I would be using him to replace Warlord if they pick him. So I'm going to go Goffred. And I need to go someone Stone Skin, probably Errol, maybe Ramontu. Actually, no, I didn't have room for a damager, so I went Duchess. They go +2 Baron. Lots of empowerments here. But speed. So they'll go Harima, and I'm taking out that Warlord. So they got buffs for Baron, they got buffs for Harima, and let's see how they do. So they're going to go first, obviously. And we'll see if I can survive the initial onslaught. That increased defense from Sifi is pretty rough. That's why I like to pick her with my King and Queen, because it is not easy for him to hit through. Triggered Goffred's passive. And I block Revive on the Baron. Unfortunately, increased defense from Sifi doesn't really help Baron too much. I'll increase my defense. Harima can't do much. So now I just gotta work on those Revivers, Harima, and we're done with this. Stun hit. Couldn't quite get Harima out of there. Arbiter's back. Harima's gone now. Buff up. Nobody has the Revive up right now. Block Revive on the Arbiter, so now it's just Sifi and maybe Harima if she gets her Revive back. Do the double hitter, because why not? She does bring back Harima, who almost takes out my Narcisse, but not quite. Just stun and the AoE. That was a tough one, as far as finally killing off Sifi. That was a pretty tanky Sifi. So then I get Rug. I'll go Wukong first, and they will go Harima and UDK. So that's setting up to pick Rhodos. I'm going to go Warlord Narcisse. They're going to go Marichka and Rhodos. They're obviously going to ban the Narcisse. So here I'm going to go probably Staltis. No, of course I can't go Staltis. I have my 2 damagers. I'm going to go Goffred. So they go with Armanz last, and I ban him. They do ban the Narcisse, and we'll see how it goes. Lots of protection for Rhodos. I usually don't have a big problem with Harima by herself as a damager, but if she can protect Rhodos like this, then I can have some issues. So I'm doing okay here. If I can get that Rhodos out of there, I feel like I'm doing well. But that Marichka is tanky and comes around on her skills quickly. I'm able to sheep the UDK, trigger the Goffred passive. Yeah, she's just cycling through her skills so quickly. And Rhodos is finally gone. Remember, I gotta kill him again if I'm able to get through them. But here's the thing, I'm not actually gonna get through them. It takes me a while to squeeze through one, but he's working on my Ancora, and I cannot take out that Ultimate Death Knight before she heals back up again. So, yeah, this team just a little too much for me, even though I got Rhodos out of there. So Harima takes out the Ancora. I put him on cooldowns again, but yeah, this team is whittling away at me, and I don't stand much of a chance. There's not going to be a comeback here. Nevertheless, I do keep it up because there is a possibility. I mean, it's 3-on-3. I can't really afford to lose anybody else. They can lose them as long as they don't lose Marichka first. Although if they lose Marichka first, they get Rhodos back, so that would be problematic. Yeah, they're just too tanky. Too much mitigation, too much tankiness. Trigger Goffred's passive again, put him on cooldowns, but then UDK will finish off my Warlord, and I can't finish off UDK. Finally get him, but we're down to Goffred and Wukong, and then Goffred's gone and Wukong's gone. So that was a tough one. I'll get Schlumpf from Deuce's Wild. Wukong first. And he's just in to gold 2. He's going to go with the King and Marichka. That's an odd combo, but that's what he's got. And that King is fully awakened. He'll go Crixia and Arbiter, and I will set up to not do anything that will trigger the King. I'll ban the Crixia, and he's got block Revive with a Nithway. He bans my Reviver. I put him on cooldown. And Nithway has that 2-turn Stone Skin. I have one chance. And there's Goffred's passive right there. So I got to start taking him out. Arbiter's gone. Sheep the Nithway, because I can't afford to lose somebody right now. And take them both out. So that one was a fairly easy win, but it was surgical. On to the next one. And I will get G&L Shadow. I think this was the first one of day 2. So I'm going to go Wukong. They're going to go +4 CV, +2 Georgid. Loading up. Then I'm going to go Warlord and... Do I go Narses here? Kind of second guessing on Narses. I will go Narses though. Will I see a Shuzen? Shuzen and Georgid are pretty much best friends. And Rhodos loves to get in on that action. So they go Armanz as well, which is fine. I'm guessing Rhodos is going to finish it out. I finish mine out with Duchess. Sometimes I'm better off going Duchess instead of Ancora in this group. They're going to go Rhodos +4, so wow. Sifi +4, Rhodos +4, Goffred +2. They're going to ban the Narses, and of course I ban the Armanz. Not messing with that. So, trigger the passive, buff up, put them on cooldowns, and they are all on cooldowns. Now here's my vengeance. Just got to watch that Rhodos, because obviously Rhodos +4 can just run right through me. Staff of Wonder triggers the Rhodos, and he gets the A1 kill and then goes for Duchess, but then I'm able to take him out. So that one, crisis averted, and I get Dark Try. He goes with a +1 CP, so I will go Warlord Wukong. And he goes Arbiter and Kymar, so not too concerned with that team comp. I will go Duchess, and I will go Goffred. So I probably want to go Errol, but I don't want to pick him yet. Ooh, they're going to go with Sigfrund. Goodbye, Sigfrund, and I go Errol. I would definitely use Sigfrund if I had him. So they're going to go first. Let's see if I can survive their onslaught with Trunda. Resets with Trunda can be brutal. So I buff up. Trunda's going to go. Takes out the Goffred as Wukong gets the passive. And then Errol just destroys him. So that worked out well. Then I face And they go with Wukong first, so I go Warlord Sifi. It's important to go Sifi to use against Narses and Ancora. And then they're going to go Duchess +4 and Mikage, so I'm going to go Narses and Goffred. They're going to go Lazarius and Georgid. Wonder if that means they're going to ban the Goffred. I'm going to go with Ramontu. I'll ban the Mikage. They're going to ban the King. So they're concerned about their +4 Duchess against my King. Their +4 Duchess would probably tank it, but we'll see how this goes. Cooldowns. Put them up. Duchess resisted the cooldowns. Goffred's passive is on Warlord. I will buff up. Go for the strip with Ramontu. Took out the Wukong. I must have got the cooldowns on that And then Lazarius just takes me out. So I was kind of looking at that, like, what's going on? But he was actually waiting. And Lazarius took me out anyway, so I had no chance. Lazarius must have had reaction, otherwise I should have been able to take him out. So then they get 3 to 1, and they will go with Duchess first, +2. So I will go Warlord and Narses. They'll go UDK and Wukong. Then Ancora and Goffred. And they'll finish up with Arbiter and +2 Rotos. So then I will go Stultus. I'm going to ban the Wukong, and they're going to ban the Warlord. So we'll get started. They will go first. Buff up. Buff up. Rotos goes. And a weak hit, or a non-crit reaction on Ancora. So now I got a strike. Okay. Hit with Stultus, that was his A2. I knew I couldn't stun, but I wanted to save his A3. Alright. Try to take out the Rotos and couldn't. He still couldn't take out my Ancora, though, with his A1. Big hit there. Ancora is somehow still alive. Gotta get that Duchess out of here, though. And Duchess isn't able to bring her down, and I'm able to take out Duchess. So that was a little tense. I'll get back in there. Then I get Oh Boy Hugh. They'll go Sifi first, and I will go Warlord Wukong. They have a trophy. It's probably an older one. They're going to go Rhonda +2 and Harima. Thinking about how I want to counter that. Either that or my kids distracted me. So I'm going to go with Ramontu and Goffred. I definitely want buff strippers on this for my damagers. And I could have gone Stultus, but I feel like Ramontu is a good choice. And he's Stoneskin. So they're going to go with Glycia, and I should not have gone Armanz. Armanz was not a good pick here. Armanz was a really bad pick. Duchess would have been a good pick. They're going to ban the Warlord. That's funny because I would have banned the Armanz and not the Warlord if I had Glycia in there. But already, they're taking me down. I'm going to sheep the Glycia, which is actually a bad choice because she's going to freeze me when she unsheeps. No, I didn't sheep the Glycia. I'm not sure how he gets frozen then at the end of that. Because that was Rhonda. I guess I'm confused. It doesn't matter. I got destroyed anyway. Like, really destroyed. Oh well. The Mighty Ares. Mid gold 2. Arbiter first, I like that. They'll go, and then I'll go with Wukong and Warlord. I should have done Warlord Wukong. They'll go Ramontu and Lysandra, so probably going to ban the Ramontu. A lot of the champions that I spent building and kind of developing during my doldrums months, I still use, and I'm more well-rounded now. So they have Georgian and Foley, and I can ban that Ramontu. They ban the Sifi. Obviously, if they ban the Goffred, I'm done. They're going to take me out easy. But they ban the Sifi. They buff up more. Foley can't kill the Wukong because of Goffred, and I put him on cooldown. Georgid is able to take out the Warlord, but then Wukong just Staff of Wonders them. So get back into it, and I get Kakipato. I'll go with Wukong first. I'll go with Warlord and Armanz. Yeah, I'm kind of forcing Armanz at this point, and I probably shouldn't be. I built him really quickly. I woke up early in the morning and set 156 battles, and I'll show you that later, so that I could have Armanz ready to pull, ready to build during the live arena session of the morning. And then I wanted to use him. So I didn't have a great build because I didn't use the Hell Hades optimizer. and so I was force picking him here. But I felt like I did not want to see Wukong and Armanz together, so I picked Armanz. So they buff up, and Wukong destroys me. I forgot about that. I thought my champs were tanky, but Wukong was able to ignore defense on the Stultus, who has no reaction, and that took everybody out in splash damage. So we'll get back into it. Face Yama XXX, who puts in Sifi. I go Warlord Wukong. Yeah, that last one was just dumb on my part. Should have banned the Wukong instead of the Uko. Then they have Rhodos and the King. I'm going to go Elva this time. I finished building her yesterday. She's in 1-turn Stone Skin. She's decently fast. I'll finish off with Stultus. So they're going to go Duchess and Ancora. Who do I take out now? So Elva is basically, I'm going to ban the Sifi, I think. Elva is basically my replacement for Sifi if they're going Narses, to have a reviver. Because I don't want to use Arbiter. I just lose if I use Arbiter. Put them on cooldowns to start, and they are all on cooldowns. So that's a pretty good start. Rhodos almost killed the Elva right off the bat. I'll go for the stun and actually take out the Rhodos. Heal up a little bit. That Narses can hit through those shields, so Narses is still stunned and then gets around. I am able to stun the Duchess and I'll finish them off. So it was a scary fight, but was able to make it through. Then I'll face Moto Sega 666. And I swear this should probably be the last marathon that I do of these fights. They'll go Duchess first, I'll go Warlord and Narses. Because I'm almost to gold 3 now. So is this guy. They'll go Wukong and Candy Phone. And I will go Ancora and Goffred. They're going to go that elf guy that I don't like. He's my ban target. I will ban him 100%. And they go UDK. I'll finish with Ramon too. So they ban my Ancora, which I'm okay with that. Lots of Stone Skin. Goffred passive. See how it goes. So put them on cooldown and got them all. No stuns. Candrafon must not have gotten him. Yeah, Candrafon snuck in a 3% resist and I missed it. Go for the stun, and I got it on Candrafon, so that's helpful. That's very helpful. Wukong's back. Thought I killed Wukong with block passive skills and didn't. Triggered Candrafon's passive. And this one, Wukong is looming. I don't want to use that multi-hitter there. I need to buff up there. And then, fortunately, Wukong probably would have wiped me there, but he got sheeped on the strip and block debuffs, and that means I win. Got really lucky there. I think he got lucky too, but I got really lucky there. He's got to be fuming. That's how it goes, though. You win some, you lose some. I'll get Pikachu, who is mid gold 2. He'll go Wukong first, and I will go Warlord. And do I change things up? I go Narses. Just still kind of experimenting on whether or not I want Narses all the time or just situationally. So they're going to go Rhodos and UDK, which means they're probably going to ban the Narses. Yeah, they're definitely banning the Narses with those support. So I'll go Stultus, and I'm not sure how I'm going to fight through that. I'm going to ban the Wukong. Probably should have banned the Rhodos, but either way, both of them need to be banned, and I can't ban both of them. So they ban the Narses, put them on cooldown. Don't get the cooldowns on everybody, so this is going to be another one of those battles where can't get to them. That's a resistant Pythion. I don't like resistant Pythions. But Stultus does some decent damage, but I'm not really able to break through. That Rhodos is going to have plenty of protection to just start working on my champions. I actually do take out maybe not. I took out the Pythion and the Necret. So now I gotta really work on that Rhodos, who gets another turn and then triggers Goffred's passive. It's funny, Bone Armor will trigger Goffred's passive, where Soul Reap will not. So then he takes out Warlord and Ancora, and can I hang on? I go for the stun, don't get it. And he cannot finish off my Stultus. I'll provoke him. He fears my Stultus, and I hit through fear, and that means I win. So that one was a bit scary, but I pull it out. So I will get back into it, and I get Lead Squid. I think I've watched this fight several times, the recording, but it seems like I've faced this guy multiple times. So I'm going to go Wukong, he's going to go Harima and Arbiter. I'll go Warlord and Sifi. Hefrak and Ragash, so I'm probably going to ban the Hefrak here. I'll go Goffred and Errol. This is the one, and they go Shuzen, this is the one where they do get lucky. So I've got 3 in Stoneskin. There's Warlord, Goffred, and Errol. Arbiter will strip Goffred and Errol, and then they're gone. Errol's unlikely to be stripped, especially by an Arbiter. I put him on cooldowns, but it's too late. The A1 from Shuzen blocks my active skills on Wukong, and I'm done. I just kind of sit there. I should have left the battle. There's no way I can get a turn. And they'll finish me off. So, yeah, there you go. Arbiter stripping Stoneskin. Then I'll face Deadly Bullet. I'll go Wukong first. He'll go Taurus and Armanz. I'll go Warlord and Narcisse. That Armanz, I'm just hoping he doesn't add a Yumiko to it. Mikagi's not pleasant, but I can ban the Armanz. So I'll go Ancora and Goffred. They appear to not be setting up to ban my Narcisse, and they ban my Warlord. So they finish off with Rhodos too. Mikagi's RNG is going to tell me how this one does. So they go first, and they try to kill the Ancora, but can't quite right off the bat. Rhodos goes for the kill on Narcisse and triggers Goffred's passive. I take him out, and we're rolling. Nobody's dead from Taurus. If I can just get that Elva dead, take out the Rhodos again, and he'll leave the battle. So, pretty good fight there. It looks like Pawassil. Just into gold 2. But he has finished platinum. He'll go Marichka. 6-star polymorph first. So that says don't pick Rhonda, which I don't pick anyway. I'll go Warlord and Narcisse. They're going to go Sifi and Taurus, so I'm probably going to see a Rhodos here. They got Taurus Marichka, they probably got Rhodos. So I'm going to go the Queen, although Duchess might have been a better pick. I'm going to start thinking about picking Duchess instead of the Queen. I do like the Queen's decreased cooldown effect, though. I do go with Goffred. They do go with Rhodos. And they go Leorius, so triple damager. Nice. I'll finish off with Wukong, because why not? I'll ban the Marichka. It's between the Sifi and the Marichka. So I go first with Wukong, strip, kill 1, and I block revive the Rhodos. Stun, but get sheeped, kill the Sifi, and now if I can just hang on for this Taurus, this one is over. He does try to drop the hammer, but doesn't do a lot. I mean, he did a lot, but not enough to kill me. So I win that one. Sometimes I win them with ease when they look really tough. Other times they look doable and I get destroyed. So I get Big Max. They go Harima first. I go Warlord Wukong. They'll go Rhodos Mikagi. So they're going to hit through the Warlord. I'll go King and Queen. See who they finish with. They go with Kymar and Arbiter. So I guess I'll ban probably the Mikagi or the Rhodos. I'll finish off with Goffred. And I ban the Mikagi. I ban the Ancora so I don't have revives. So they buff up. They sleep me. Narcisse is alive. I go for the stun. Stun the Rotos and the Arbiter. And the Rotos is gone, and the Kymar is sheeped. Take out the Arbiter. Now I just got to kill that Harima. She's gone, and it's just Kymar, and he leaves the battle. Back into it, and I'm at 3962. I get Spanius. I'll pick Wukong first. And they will go Queen and King, and neither of them fully leveled. That's a bit odd. I'll go Warlord and Siphi. So what I learned in these days is people pick Duchess, or they go with the King and Queen first, so that they can later pick Duchess or Pythion, somebody that he counters. I'll finish off with Stoneskin Ramantu, Stoneskin Helicath. Actually, I switch it to Staltis at the last second, because I was afraid he wouldn't have enough damage if they ban the Wukong for some reason, which they won't. They finish off with Rotos. I'm going to ban Duchess or Ancora. I go with Duchess. And they are going to ban the Helicath. Sometimes I wish I had a Rotos, but then other times I'm thinking, you know what, it's not that big of a deal. Put him on cooldown to start. Try to strip a Stoneskin and nothing going. I'll buff up with Siphi. Take out their Narcisse with Staltis and trigger their Rotos. Heal up a little bit, and I'm able to sheep their UDK. And Staltis basically finishes them off. They leave the battle. So then I get Hashi. I'll go Wukong first. They'll go Taurus and Yumiko. So I'll go Warlord. Actually, no, I go Narcisse and Siphi. I don't go Warlord early because they have Yumiko. They're not going Warlord. They're going to go Ancora and Kymar, and I will go Warlord and Goffred. So then they will go Georgid, and they ban the Siphi. I'll ban the Yumiko. So let's see how this goes. Put them on cooldown, and Ancora resisted. Staff of Wonder, and I take out Kymar and Georgid, and that's a win. So let me show you here. 156 auto battles is what I woke up to set early in the morning, and that got me Dungeon Divers while I was sleeping. So when I woke up later, I was able to summon Armanz. Put him together. Not a very good build. Put him in one turn of Stoneskin, actually 5 pieces. That's just kind of how it turned out. 562 accuracy, so not great accuracy. And he's at 249 speed, so not great speed. Decent defense, decent hit points, so he's got some survivability. He's kind of a replacement for Warlord, but Warlord's a lot faster. So that's the Armanz I've been using. I will rebuild him, but today that's what he looks like, because I needed to build him and start getting into some fights. So then I get LDL Jacob. He goes Harima first, and I will go Warlord Wukong. UDK and Rotos. I'll go Ancora and the King, and I'm sure they'll ban the King. Yeah, I'm starting to think Duchess would be a good pick instead of Ancora. They're going to go that High Elf I don't like, so goodbye High Elf. They will ban the Ancora, so got to deal with Elva. I feel like I've had this battle before. Put them on cooldown and a bunch of resists. Go for the block revive on Rotos and nothing going, obviously because of UDK. That was kind of silly. And Warlord's gone. Nothing going on the UDK. Go for the big hit with Narcisse and not enough. Not big enough. Go for the stuns and I get Rotos killed at least. She should bring him back and she does. Nothing going. Rotos can go. He takes out my Goffred, and he takes out my Narcisse, and I am done. Get back in there. And we are getting close to the end. I'll face Yupik, and I think I faced him twice today. This may be the first time. So I face He picks Sifi, and I'll go Warlord Wukong. Leorius and Harima he goes with next. And then I will go Goffred and Narcisse. See who his last choices are. Probably Rhodos? No, he's probably not Rhodos. Probably to support. So he goes with Armanz and he goes with Duchess. I will go with Ancora. I will ban the Duchess. He will ban the Warlord. So he left the King and Queen up there. Get started. Can't really strip much because they do have lots of protection on those buffs. Duchess will then buff because I wasted my strip on nothing. Although I did put block buffs on the Leorius. Can I stun him? No, I don't stun him. Nice big hit there. They can revive. Duchess revives. That actually was really helpful. Use that hit from Narcisse, the AoE, and I'm able to provoke and kill the Sifi, and now I'm rolling. That provoke won it for me. And he leaves the battle, so then I get G&L Razormane. And I will go Wukong first. Narcisse and Taurus. I'll go Warlord and Sifi. I don't like that. They pick those two together so that you can't pick Narcisse to counter them. Then they go their partners. And I'll finish off with Goffred and Stultus. They're going to go Yumiko, so I got to ban her. But I have beaten this combo before. They're going to ban my Warlord, so that doesn't really help me too much. I'll go Wukong as the leader, obviously. I think I get killed by Taurus here. So they go first. Trigger Goffred's passive. I will sheep the Narcisse and almost one-shot him. Taurus drops the hammer but doesn't kill anyone but Wukong. So now I can do... I just killed the Narcisse. That's all I do. But Marichka buffs up. I buff up. Do I buff up again? Go for the sleep on Marichka because I know Ancora would take it. And I'm pretty much done. Yeah. So much for that battle. So, get back in there. I think I've got 2 fights left in me. Maybe 3, but I think 2. So I get Sega Exceed, who is level 84. I'll go with Wukong. They'll go Queen and King. I'll go Warlord Sifi. They'll go Duchess and Arbiter. So triple Reviver. I'll go Goffred and Stultus. It's important to remember that Goffred, his passive will not activate with Narcisse's AoE. With the other 2 skills, his A3 and his A1, it will activate. So they finish off with Mikage, and I didn't realize they only had 1 damager, and I banned the Mikage. I don't know that that was the right choice, but I'll put him on cooldown, and actually I'm in control of this one. So it may not matter anyway. They did ban my Sifi, and I was able to put everyone on cooldown. So, except Duchess apparently. But now Duchess is gone, Arbiter's gone, Ancora's gone, and now it's just all about Narcisse. Does his double hitter, but only gets the Wukong. So I win that one, even though I may have banned the wrong champion. Because I didn't see they did 4 support and 1 damager. Who knows, that might have been the wrong choice if I'd banned Narcisse and decided to face Mikage. So I get Yupik again. Just got him a couple fights ago. I'll go Wukong first, and then he'll go Sifi Warlord. I'll go Narcisse and Duchess, and I'll go Goffred and Armanz. So he's going to go Harima and Leorius and UDK. I will ban the Warlord, he will ban the Armanz. So we'll get started and see how this goes. Sifi buffs, I buff, I strip, and I got everybody. Big hit. Sifi should bring someone back. I sheep the UDK. She brings back Leo. Take out the Leorius again, and then it's all about just finishing off Sifi now. Sleeps my Duchess, and now she's gone. So I finished strong, 23 and 10. Hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.